fellow Singaporeans and voters Aljunied, good evening. Thank you for coming tonight. You can sense how important Aljunied GRC is in this election, with the Prime Minister helping the PAP to canvass, and now he even apologized to Singaporeans. He apologized that the government should have moved faster to address housing, transportation rules, etc. I have a question for the Prime Minister. Why move so slowly? Because there isn't enough opposition MP in Parliament to push him to move faster. Tonight, I wish to address some specific concerns of Aljunied residents. I have met many of you since the start of the campaign. I understand that some of you want to know how the town will be managed if Workers' Party is elected. As an elected MP of Hougang for 20 years, I can tell you that the Workers' Party team in Aljunied understand town management and development projects and how they are funded and implemented. With regard to any standard request and complaints you would have, like you can come and see us at Meet the People session, like what I've done in Hougang. We will work with relevant agencies such as the HDB, LTA, URA, NEA, MParks, and the ministries. Same as what your current PAP MPs have been doing. And we'll do it quickly and efficiently. In my experience with Hougang, there are no problems with these agencies. They are all cooperative when I look into them. You know why? Because if they fail to cooperate with a PAP MP, what the most the PAP MP does is to complain to the minister in charge. Look, your people don't help me. But if they fail to attend to my complaint, or my residents complain when I represent them and write to them, and they fail to resolve the problem in a reasonable way, I will file a question in Parliament. When that happens, when the minister receives the question has to be filed in advance. So the minister can ask, what is the problem? So when the minister asks what is the problem, you know what will happen? The officer in charge will be asked to write reports. I believe all of you know it's not so pleasant to write reports. So far, the civil service has been responsive to by letter, and no complaint against them. I will now touch on development of Aljunied GRC under the national projects that are funded by taxpayers' money. So what has been planned under the national level should continue. You all pay taxes, right? We all do national service, right? So what comes under national project level in the so-called 10-year plan of Aljunied GRC put up by the PAP? Areas such as park connector, new MRT stations, and wide IT access. To elaborate later, for the wide IT access, it would be typically IDA, Infocom Development Authority, that's managing the free wireless services, as this is funded nationally. Here, the town council's role is to work with IDA and service provider like Singtel on where the site, the base stations should be. Our town council has worked with this agency before, and the new fiber network, OpenNet, is also available in Hougang Estate. And what come under the town council types of projects? Estate connectors. On the first things that we do is to review and integrate them with park connectors to leverage effectiveness of the national infrastructure and to cut down on duplication and wastage. By review, we mean that the Workers' Party will actively work with residents to seek your feedback before estate connectors are built to maximize value for money for residents. Next, in the plan, more community gardens. With the help of residents, Town Council will identify sustainable living projects. Running these requires time and volunteers and should be a bottom-up rather than a top-down initiative, so that people can truly own the project and own the garden. Next, using renewable energy sources. In our 2006 manifesto, the Workers' Party has advocated using alternative energy sources. And we will certainly look at this. We will do a cost-benefit analysis of using alternative form of energy and rechannel the saving back into other users in the town council. Community building. In Hougang, we have worked closely with many voluntary welfare organizations, charities, to provide assistance to the needy and elderly. And the person who is heading this in Hougang is Peng Eng Hua, the East Coast GRC candidate. WP will look after the poorest in Aljunied. We will work with VWOs on the ground to gauge what are the needs of these people and make the constituency proud that it has a social conscience. We are also aware that many young families are in need of more childcare centers. Apart from PCF ones, the rest are run by private operators. We will work with residents to identify areas where demand is high and make requests to the HDB to allow private operators to operate such services at suitable HDB void decks. Children are our future. And one of our focus will also be on the safety of our children. We will review the conditions of our playgrounds and upgrade them on the needs basis. As for the elderly, we will gauge their demand and wishes. Not all elderly people want a fitness corner. Perhaps what they need is day rehabilitation service to do therapy. We will work with charities and other VWOs to provide these services. Next, education. In Hougang, we set up the Hougang Constituency Education Trust Fund with the support of residents to provide education bursaries to needy students. We have been doing that for close to 20 years. And this is totally self-funded with no government grant. Similarly, we will do our best to help students from needy families in Aljunied GRC. Next, lead access to every level of the block under the lead upgrading program. This is, of course, another priority to us because of the aging population. We will work with the HDB to facilitate this. In fact, Hougang Town Council is currently working with the HDB for LUP projects in Hougang constituency itself. So we will gain some experience from them. And the government has targeted to complete the nationwide project by 2014. So you will get your leave upgrading even you voted in the Workers' Party team. These are just some of the things we would do if you elect us. It is not a comprehensive list, but we do not make empty promises to you.